BTSnews.it was a cold and quiet night in the military barracks, but in the midst of the silence, there was warmth flowing from an unforgettable moment. A moment that will continue to live in the memory of those present. The night that BTS's Jungkook, with his soft voice, performed a farewell song that was never planned but was born from the depths of his heart. The song is not just lyrics and melody, but an expression of all the feelings that have been hidden. And that same night, amid Jungkook's voice quivering with emotion, Jimin's tears fell, flowing slowly down his cheeks without him being able to bear it. A poem that holds millions of meanings. Their military barracks are currently a second home. It is not only a place where they live their country's obligations, but also a silent witness to the emotional journey, struggle, and deepening bond between them, especially between Jungkook and Jimin. Since the two reunited in military uniforms, there have been many stories engraved. They returned to repeat the togetherness that had been separated because of each other's busy lives, and now, under the dark night sky, the togetherness was again tested by time. The days in the military were not easy for both. Jungkook, who from the beginning tried hard to adjust to the harsh military environment, always showed his strong side. But behind that, he harbors a lot of longing and anxiety that he rarely shows. Jimin, with the sensitivity of his heart, could always read the anxiety. They share many moments in between workouts, strengthen each other when the load feels so heavy, and keep each other's spirits up even when the body starts to get tired. In recent weeks, news of a shift in position and a new placement began to circulate. It is possible that some of them will be separated and sent to different locations. Jungkook learns that his time with Jimin in the same barracks is short. Secretly, he prepared a song that he composed himself in between breaks. He didn't tell anyone, not even Jimin. For him, this song is a letter that he never wrote, a message that he wanted to convey in the way he mastered the most, through music. That night, when all the colleagues in the barracks gathered for a casual meeting, Jungkook suddenly volunteered to sing. All greeted enthusiastically without realizing how special a song he would bring. Jungkook sat down with his guitar, looked down for a moment, took a deep breath, then began to gently pluck the guitar strings. The flowing melody instantly fills the room, creating a serene and heartwarming atmosphere. Jungkook began to sing the first verse, his voice slow but soulful. The lyrics are simple, yet deep, as if describing their journey together, the ups and downs they go through, and the unspoken gratitude. As the second verse played, Jimin began to realize that this song is not just an ordinary song. There was a hidden message behind every word, and his heart trembled along with Jungkook's voice. If tomorrow I have to go, don't forget our laughter tonight. These words were sung by Jimin. He lowered his head, biting his lips, trying to contain his emotional turmoil. But the tears continued to fall, slowly, without him being able to stop them. He knew this was Jungkook's way of saying goodbye. This is an expression of a sense that has been difficult for them to talk about directly. Fear of loss, gratitude for being together, and hope that despite their separation, their bond will never fade. Each verse of the song sung by Jungkook deepened Jimin's heart. He remembered all the moments when they cheered each other on, when he saw Jungkook quietly struggling against his fatigue, when they laughed together after a tough workout. All those memories swirled in her mind, making the tears she had originally tried to hold back finally flow in torrents. Jungkook stared at Jimin for a moment in the middle of the song. The look was full of meaning, as if to say, "I will not be far away, we will remain one." But even Jungkook was unable to completely hide the vibrations of his voice that began to sound heavy, a sign that he was also trying to contain his emotions. It was an unforgettable night for all the comrades in the barracks. But for Jimin and Jungkook, the night was more than just a moment together. It was a symbol of a feeling that they had never expressed clearly. That although the world puts them on different paths, they always have each other. That the friendship and closeness established between them is stronger than the distance. After the song was finished, the atmosphere in the barracks became quiet. Everyone fell silent, carried away by such deep emotions. Jungkook just lowered his head, put down his guitar slowly, trying to calm himself down. Jimin stood up slowly, walked over, then hugged Jungkook tightly. A long, warm, deep hug. There were no words spoken, but in that embrace, they understood each other. Several other colleagues began to applaud, trying to break the ice, but still with a touched feeling. The night ended in silence, but it left a deep imprint on their hearts. The next day, the official news of the new deployment was announced. Jungkook and Jimin will indeed be separated, placed in different units. Both of them had guessed, but it was still difficult for them to accept the fact. But at least, they have had a bonding moment, a moment that they will always remember wherever they are. Jimin later wrote in his personal notes, "I once cried for a song. The song came from someone who understood me more than anyone. I do not regret those tears, because they were the most beautiful tears I have ever had." Meanwhile, Jungkook in his silence restrummed his guitar the following nights, creating new melodies. He knew that no matter how far apart they were, the songs would always be the bridge that connected them. Their relationship didn't end that night. They keep in touch with each other, reinforcing each other from a distance. And who would have thought the breakup actually strengthened their bond? They learn that being together doesn't always mean being in the same place. Sometimes, togetherness feels deep when they are far away but still remember each other. This story spread among their comrades, becoming an inspiration and a reminder that behind the rigors of military life, there is always room for sincere feelings and deep friendship. Jungkook's farewell song at the barracks that night became a little legend that will continue to be told, about two friends who understand each other without the need for many words. And that night, when Jimin shed a tear, he didn't cry out of sheer grief. She cried because she realized how precious their company was. She cries because she knows that true love and friendship will never be lost, even if time and distance try to separate them. After that farewell day, Jimin and Jungkook's lives in their respective units began to run at a different rhythm. Despite being in an equally harsh environment, both now have to go through days without the presence of each other on the side. Jungkook was placed in a unit that conducted more patrols and training in the open field, while Jimin served in the logistics administration section, which demanded him work at the headquarters center with a busy schedule and a new set of responsibilities. Jimin spent his first nights feeling empty. The barracks that used to be full of sounds of laughter and warm conversations now feel alien. He often stared blankly at the empty bed that Jungkook had previously occupied. Every corner of the room seemed to hold an echo of their moments of togetherness. He no longer hears the sound of the guitar that used to accompany his cold nights, no longer hears Jungkook, who sometimes idly sings in a discordant tone just to cheer him up, but in the midst of the bustle and distance that separates, they still try to maintain a connection. The two began exchanging letters frequently. In the military environment, letters became the most personal and valuable means of communication. Through the handwriting, they shared stories, grievances, hopes, and the occasional light-hearted joke that reminded them of their time in the barracks together. Jungkook even sent him a snippet of the song's lyrics, asking Jimin for his opinion, as he used to do.